This is the one-arm cable row progression. So we're gonna work through a couple different setups and a progression for this one. We're gonna start in what's called half kneeling. So we'll set up a cable height. First, let's talk about a half kneeling position here. For those that don't know, we wanna make sure that we're in this half kneeling position. We got a nice stretch on that back hip and quad. So we don't wanna be too close like this. We wanna make sure we bring that hip into extension, squeezing that glute, okay? We wanna make sure that as we set that up, our cable height is about chest height, okay? We really want a pretty straight line of pull or slightly down, okay? So make sure we get enough distance from the stack that we can get some slack on the line to start. We don't want that stack going dead every rep. All right, so I'm gonna start here, get in my half kneeling. If I'm gonna start with my left hand, I'm gonna be kneeling on my left knee, okay? Obviously we'll do both sides. Get some tension on the line here. Back glute squeezed. You'll see I'm gonna start overhand. And as I exhale and row, I'm gonna squeeze, bringing that shoulder blade back and down. We don't want the elbow rolling the shoulder up in the ear. So we wanna make sure we come back and down. And you'll see here, as I row and I pull through, I wanna make sure that not only am I staying out of my ear from rowing back and down, but you'll see I'm never just yanking my elbow behind my body and having the head of my shoulder tip forward. I'm making sure that I only squeeze as far enough as I can pull my shoulder blade back. And that's about even with my body, with my elbow, maybe a little bit past. Any more than that, and we're just cranking on the front of our shoulder, okay? So we always want to make sure that we're keeping this neutral shoulder. So I'll do the right side now. So it'll be the same thing. I'll grab my right hand, get in my half kneeling position, overhand to start, squeeze, drop that shoulder blade down, only come as far as we get that shoulder from tipping forward, prevent from tipping forward. You'll see I'm starting overhand, I'm just coming to neutral or slightly what we call supinated or underhand. Out of half kneeling, we can also do what's called half kneeling with reach and rotation, which can be advantageous for some people. So what that looks like is the same thing, except now we are just reaching through as we rotate. So you see I'm gonna start a little bit rotated and then pull through the other way and reach. Okay, from half kneeling, we can also work this in standing. Okay, so we'll just raise that cable stack here. And it's the same exact thing, except we want to make sure that it's in standing. We're not arching in this position at all, okay? We want to make sure we're just jutting the knees forward a little bit and keeping nice and neutral. So if I go with my left hand, a little lower here, throw my left hand, nice straight line of pull. Knees just break forward, I stay nice and neutral. Big stretch. Making sure I get a big stretch every time. We also don't want to keep that shoulder blade retracted back the whole time. We want to let that cable open us up a little and then squeeze through. Last way we can do this, I'll switch sides for this one. We can do what's called a split stance. Same thing in standing, we're just going to split our stance. So if I'm using my right hand, my right leg trails behind a little bit in this kickstand position. See, I'm letting that open up, squeeze. Not yanking, right? Just squeezing. All right, this is our one-arm cable row progression.